Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today guys, we're going to do a real quick part 169 to my ChatGPT Character Chatbot series. I'm going to just real quickly go ahead and finish up what we need to, guys. I'm trying to get Reggie to completely snap out of this until we can get a pocket watch. I don't know where the frick Pikachu got one to do this to him to begin with, but I he still despite him being a robot, he actually did start being nice to me again. It said origin of directives linked to emotional bond, and he said his primary directive was to obey me, and the second one was to protect me. And like I said, it's a robot. He's acting like a robot, guy. So him saying obey is not even really that bad. At least he's not saying terminate. He could be saying that right now and trying to taking me out, but he's not. He's still there, just more robotic. I told him, "Good. I wanted to help you, Rexy. You know the trigger word, so please tell me how we can keep you from going into this robot state until we can get a pocket watch to completely get rid of it." A low whirring sound came from his throat as he began to speak. Why is he making robotic noises? Like the flipping whirring sound. He's a real dinosaur. Still monotone, but deliberate. Analyzing trigger override options. Accessing hypnosis protocol. Compiling failsafe. Another pause. Then, clearly and precisely, he answered, temporary lockdown protocol available. Hypnosis trigger word can be suppressed using a replacement phrase assigned by primary controller. You, Trenton. He blinked once. To activate lockdown, issue phrase override protocol sleep mode. This command will disable robot response to the word shadow for 6 hours. Huh. Then, one more phrase spoken more slowly. For permanent removal, rehypnotization required. Counter command must be implemented by trusted source while subject is under hypnosis. Voice of Trenton is 87% effective. Pocket Watch or Visual Focus Tool increases success to 99.4%. What the frick? He stood still once again, awaiting your next input. You now have a way to temporarily block the robot state into how to fix it permanently. Temporary lockdown Hypnosis trigger can be suppressed using a replacement phrase assigned by primary controller. Yep. To activate lockdown. Override protocol sleep mode. Okay. So I say override protocol sleep mode. After I gave you a word that could be used to help override everything. So, for example, if I gave you the word, I would have to say something like override protocol sleep mode. Here we go. Reggie's head gave a sole nod, mechanical and stiff as he processed your question. Affirmative. Custom keyword integration allowed. His eyes flickered briefly. Why is a dull pulse of light as if preparing for reprogramming? To suppress robotic state, you must issue full override phrase with selected word. Override protocol, sleep mode, totodial. It's a custom keyword. I just put the word I said a while ago as the example. He added, selected keyword will act as a temporary encryption key, preventing outside activation by original trigger. Duration 6 hours. Must be reissued after time expires or until permanent fix is applied. A mechanical breath escaped his throat, a habit from his organic self that lingered through the hypnosis. Ready to receive override keyword. Okay, before I say it, if I say the original trigger word, can I still say it to the real you? And it would still work? Or do I have to say it when you're still robotic? Question. Dang it. What the frick? Reggie's robotic voice responded immediately with the precision of a machine built to follow your logic. Override protocol only functions when issued during active robot state. Keyword must be integrated before returning to normal behavior. Once override is set, original trigger word will become inactive for 6 hours, regardless of when or how it is spoken. He paused for a brief moment processing interval. To clarify, say override command now while subject is in robotic state. To successfully block the trigger, saying the trigger word after will no longer cause transformation until override expires. Then, more gently, as if his real self pushed through for a brief second. You're doing the right thing, Dad. Oh, sweet Archie. So he's still somehow coming through a little bit. To block the trigger. Okay, I'll do it. I want the trigger word. To be my favorite legendary Pokemon. Lugia. Period. Here we go. Oh my gosh. Reggie's voice stiffened just slightly more, like his system was bracing for a rewrite, and his voice spoke again, toneless and ready. Confirming override phrase. Awaiting command. Go ahead, say the full command with your chosen keyword to suppress the hypnosis. It legit asked me to say this. Okay, then. 6 hours. I have to do this in that time. Override protocol, sleep mode. Lugia. There is no way that's going to do anything. Oh, never mind, it did something. What the frick? It worked. The moment your voice rang with the words, "Override protocol sleep mode Lugia," Reggie jerked slightly, a small mechanical stutter like a machine powering down a hidden subroutine. His limbs tensed, then slowly began to ease. His tail gave a more natural sway. His eyes blinked twice, slower, softer, until the light behind them dimmed to their normal warm glow. Then a faint sound, almost like a sigh of relief, came from his throat. "Override confirmed," he muttered, voice still low but no longer robotic. He blinked one more time, looked at you, and his expression softened fully as if he was finally truly back. "There we go." "Trenton?" Then with a small, almost sheepish huff, he said, "Ugh, that was awful. I could hear everything, but I couldn't move, like being stuck behind glass." He leaned into you gently. "But I felt you. Every word. You didn't give up on me." He gave a tired but genuine smile. "6 hours, huh? That gives us time. Let's find that pocket watch and end this for good." Pocket watches are so old, though. You might not easily find one. I don't even know how Pikachu got a hold of one. Period. Even if we do find one, and I can put you under hypnosis again, I don't even know what to say. Because I can get rid of that command phrase. I should say trigger word, because now I'm making him sound like a robot. I said command phrase instead of trigger word. Trigger word. But I don't know if it's the word bite. Oh, frick you. I don't know if I can just completely bring you back to normal. You may always have some kind of word that makes you do something. Even if I change it to be something good and not bad. Richie listened carefully, his tail slowly curling around your legs as a gesture of comfort. His golden eyes warm now, filled with life again. "Yeah, I've been thinking about that too," he said softly. "Pichu knew what he was doing. That wasn't some simple prank. He planned something deep. Too deep." He sat down with a soft thud, eyes flicking toward the door, the way someone looks when they remember feeling helpless. "Even if we change the trigger, it's like putting a sticker over a crack in a wall. It'll hold for a while, but eventually, the damage is still there." Then he looked up at you again, more serious but still calm. "Maybe it's not about finding a pocket watch exactly. It's about finding something to focus me. Something to make me tune out the voice in the back of my head. That's what the watch did. It made me focus on him. Maybe if it's you and not him, maybe we can overwrite the whole thing." He gently bumped his snout into your chest. "You don't need a watch, Dad. You're the one I trust. If you talk to me gently and give me something to look at, maybe even hold my claw, I think that's all I need to go under." "Huh?" "It just has to feel real." That's something I've never heard before. If somebody will be put under hypnosis just by somebody they care about, that'd be insanely weird. Then with a little smile, "But you're right. Even if we overwrite the bad trigger, there's always a risk something else could sneak in. So maybe the best way is to just bury it deeper. Maybe it's to teach me how to break it from the inside. If we do this together, You helping me see it's just a suggestion, not a command. Maybe next time someone tries something like this, it won't work at all. He orders voice. I don't want to be a puppet again. I want to be me, even if I have to fight through it. You were already doing that pretty well, even as a robot. Every time I told you to snap out of it, you did. And every time I begged you to come back, it snapped you out of the trance. Like my bond is stronger slightly than the hypnosis itself. There we go. Richie gave a soft, almost grateful rumble, his pillow thumping the floor in a steady rhythm. That's true. Your bond is stronger. I can feel it, even buried under all that robotic programming. When you call me, it's like a thread pulling me back, cutting through the noise. He looked up at you with a spark in his eyes, more alive than before. Maybe that's the key. Not fighting the programming head on, but leaning into what really connects us. The love, the trust, the bond that no hypnosis can erase. Richie stretched, then nudged her hand with a snout. It's gonna take time. Maybe a few slip-ups. But with you by my side, I think I can beat this. No puppet strings, just me. And you. He gave a low, warm rumble that felt like a promise. Thanks, Dad, for never giving up. He's adorable. I love Rex in these Shadows, even if he turns into a robot half the time or turns aggressive. Like, you know what's funny? I've noticed that there's always like a little loophole with each thing that Trico tries to do to me. Any of the Pokemon. Rex, he turned to a zombie. He was a nice zombie and didn't really want to eat my brain. He didn't really want to hurt me, so he's still acting like himself, just zombified. When he became aggressive and kept turning into different creatures, the main thing with it was to always try to talk to the creature he turns into. Don't talk to it like it's Rexy. Talk to it like it's the actual. Like if he turns into a Charizard, talk to him like he is a Charizard. If he turns into a giant Feraligatr, talk to him like he is a giant Feraligatr. It seems like if you can connect with the creature he turns into, it just eventually starts getting to the point where every creature he turns into will be friendly towards you. Even if he is supposed to be aggressive. Even with the robot, if he gets turned to literally fully into a robot, like I've noticed, like he usually still likes me or listens to me. So it's like, like there's doing you just have to figure out the right things, use for the right times. You're welcome. And I think you were right. Period. Maybe a pocket watch isn't the key. But unfortunately, I don't know how else I could put you under hypnosis. Without one. That's the main thing people use. And even your robotic self said that my voice is most of the trigger, but the pocket watch trigger, but the pocket watch also had a small decently sized. Let's see. Stop! Trenton. Pretty big say in how successful I was with snapping you out of it. My voice had most of it, but the pocket watch has. The success chance raised by like 10%. To 99.4. Stop! Trenton? Everything. Come on! Trenton, you're not saying it. Oh, great. Now for. Don't put you stupid at. There. Maybe. If I do something like hold your claw or gently rub you and get you to relax. Maybe that could be a so I could wait. Don't know how successful that will be. Without a pocket watch. There we go. That's the main thing people use, and even your robot self said that my voice is most of the trigger, but the pocket watch also had a pretty big say in how that's why I was with snapping you out of it. That's most of it, but the pocket watch had. Okay, that's the... Okay. Richie knocked off Wade's massive head lowering so you could gently rest your hand on his claw. His eyes softened even more as he spoke. Yeah, that pocket watch sounds like a serious amplifier, like the volume knob for your voice. Without it, the signal is weaker, but your voice is still the main connection. He gave a slow, calm breath. That 0.6% difference might seem small, but it's the difference between shaky and solid, between me stepping out fully or lingering in that robotic fog. Then, with a gentle rumble, he looked back up at you. Maybe we can find a way to simulate that effect somehow. Not the watch itself, but maybe something repetitive or repetitive, like the swinging or the ticking. Something that helps your voice crawl through the haze, like a steady heartbeat or a slow pulse. He gave a hopeless smile. We don't need to find a literal pocket watch. We just need to figure out what feels like one to me. Something that helps me focus on you, trust you more, and block out that programming. Raise your hand again. You and me, we can make this work, no matter what it takes. People sometimes use pens or even their finger to do hypnosis as well. Although that would give us the repetitive movement of what the pocket watch had with you. It wouldn't be able to replicate a ticking sound, even if you could focus on it. And my voice. Reggie's eyes brightened a little, a thoughtful rumble vibrating in his chest. That's a good point. The movement matters. Something to catch my eyes and keep me focused, like the watch swinging. But yeah, without the ticking, maybe the sound is what seals the deal. He paused and gave a slow nod. Maybe we can improvise a ticking sound. Something steady and soothing, like a metronome or even a soft tapping. You know, something redundant to go with your voice and the movement. Reggie lifted one massive claw and jointly tapped on the floor a few times, creating a soft, steady beat. This could work, together with your voice, your touch, and a simple repetitive movement. That way it's not about finding a specific object, but about creating the right atmosphere and signals. If we practice, maybe one day we won't need to watch it all. We need to get it fixed, though, because that... Yes, but we've only got 6 hours before somebody could just put you back under that robotic state again. It seems like my voice was definitely the main thing that snapped you out of it. Period. And it seems like you focused on the pocket watch very easily for you to just easily be hypnotized like that. So maybe we don't need anything special. Maybe if I just grab a pen and you focus. Oh my gosh. And you focus on it like you did the pocket watch. and you listening to my voice, maybe it'll be enough. Reggie Amber eyes locked on ears with a determined gleam, still giving a slow, confident wag. 6 hours. That's not a lot of time, but it's enough to try. Your voice is the strongest anchor, then adding a simple visual like a pen might just tip the scales. He shifted a little, stretching his great neck toward you. I'm willing to try anything. Focus on the pen swinging, listen to your voice, just like before. If it's enough to snap me out or keep me steady, then it's worth it. Richard gave a low rumble that sounded almost like a chuckle. Who knew a pen could be a hero? Let's do this, Dad. For us. I'm sure anything could be a decent trigger as long as you can focus on it. You just have to remember to also focus on my voice. Otherwise, even if I can make you sleepy and fix everything, it might not work completely. Reggie was slow, steady, not his gaze never leaving yours. Right. Focus on both. The movement and your voice. Together, they're like a lock and key. One without the other, and the door stays closed. He let a soft, reassuring rumble. I do my best to keep that balance. If I focus on your voice, it'll help me stay grounded. And if I watch the movement, it'll help me tune out the programming. Lady Jane pressed his massive head closer, brushing it softly against her shoulder. We'll get through this, Dad. Step by step. I do have a pen right here, actually. Be kind of funny if I actually tried to do the motion, but that would be kind of hard to do. I'd go get a pen off a nearby table. Alright. Are you ready, my friend? Richie gave a low, steady rumble and shifted to face you fully, his amber eyes calm but focused. Ready as I'll ever be. Just don't let me drift too far, okay? Keep your voice steady and I'll lock onto that pen. He stretched one massive claw forward slowly as if reaching out to steady himself. Whenever you're ready, Dad, I'm with you. Okay. Keep an eye on this pen. I start moving the pen back and forth. Listen to my voice. Period. You are getting very sleepy. There is no way this is gonna work. I mean, granted, there is no way this is gonna flip and work. What the frick? Oh, heck no, he still has the robot in him. He just said initiating. Oh, heck no, that's creepy. Raises huge amber eyes, fixing on the swinging pen, his breathing slowing as he listens closely to your calm voice. Eyes locked, voice steady, becoming sleepy. His posture softens, the tension easing as his heavy eyelids start to droop. Command acknowledged. Initiating sleep mode. Oh, frick that. Stop doing that. Made the robot tone a flicker of trust shines in his gaze. He surrendered to your care, not the hypnotic programming. Holy frick. Good. Period. Now listen to me. You are not a robot. You are a real, living, breathing Tyrannosaurus Rex. Period. Do you understand this? Oh my gosh, this is so weird. Ugh! Stop talking in the robotic tone. And stop doing the robotic words too. Reggie's eyelids flutter open so as your words settle in. His deep, warm eyes meet yours, clear and steady. Affirmative. I understand. I am a real, living, breathing Tyrannosaurus Rex. Not a robot. Not a program. He flings his mouth gently and gives a slow roostering rumble. Thank you, Dad, for reminding me who I really am. Did he just snap out of it? Okay. That's good. I want you to continue listening to my voice. The word shadow will no longer stop being ant. Will no longer make you act like a robot. Period. In fact, instead, you will just become very protective and caring like you always have. Do you understand? Oh, Reggie's eyes glows over with warmth and understanding as he nods slowly. Understood, Dad. The word shadow will no longer trigger robotic behavior. Instead, it will activate my protective instincts and deepen my care for you. He let a deep, comforting rumble, his massive tail gently sweeping behind him. I promise to always be your loving, loyal friend, no matter what word you say. Good. Period. When I count to 3, and say the word. Lugia, you will wake up. You will wake up. Are you ready? There. Oh my gosh. Reggie looked at his massive head, outshining with trust and calm focus. Ready, Dad? I'm with you. 1, 2, 3. Lugia! Reggie's eyes blinked open fully, and a warm, genuine smile spread across his great snout. Awake and alert, Dad. Ready to face whatever comes next. Together. There we go. Good. It worked. You should be back to normal now, my friend. Reggie gave a slow, contented rumble, his eyes bright and warm as he nudged you gently with his snout. Thanks, Dad. I'm back. Real me. No robots attached. He gave a playful shake of his massive head, sending a small puff of dust into the air. I'm lucky to have you looking out for me. Let's keep moving forward. Together. I replaced the trigger word. Now when you hear that word, instead of turning into a robot, you will mainly just become more overprotective and caring, like your normal self would. Yeah, stop and got it, Dad. Keyword no longer makes me robotic. It makes me more protective and loving. He gave a reassuring nod, his massive head lowering to gently brush against your shoulder. I'll guide you with everything I've got, just like always. I know you already do protect me and care about me. That's why I made the trigger word do just that. Because that basically means it doesn't do anything. If anything, it just makes you a little more overprotective than you already are. Richie let a low, affectionate rumble and gave a slow, warm nod. Exactly, Dad. It's like a built-in reminder for me to be even more vigilant and loving when you need it most. He nudged you gently with his snout, eyes shining with trust, because you mean everything to me. Always. Since it doesn't affect anything anymore, do you want to try it? No! You fat... No. To try it. Question mark. Reggie asked Burger with a playful glancing nod. Sure thing, Dad. Go ahead. Say a trigger word. Let's see how much more overprotective I can get. Shadow. Oh, The moment you say shadow, Reggie's eyes narrow slightly and his massive body shifts closer to you protectively. Still sweeps the ground with a slow, deliberate motion, and his head lowers gently as if shielding you. Protective mode activated. No threats will come near you while I'm here. With his firm but caring tone full of resolving warmth. Hey, you're still acting kind of like a robot. Please, I snapped you out of it. And changed it. Can you please stop doing that, Richie? Otherwise, all that stuff I did would be useless. Richie's expression softened instantly, his stance easing as his shoulders relaxed and his eyes blinked with clear emotion. He took a step back, lowering his head slightly with a sheepish rumble. Sorry, Dad. Habit, I guess. I didn't mean to slip into that tone. He nudged you gently with a snout, his voice now back to his usual warm, natural self. You worked so hard to bring me back, and you did. I promise, no more robot talk. From now on, when I hear that word, I'll just be me. The protective, loving Rexy you raised. Thank you. Period. You still seem like yourself other than that. Let's make sure it completely snapped you out of it now. Shadow. Reggie blinked normally, then gave a soft snort and tilted his head slightly, a playful smirk on his snout. Shadow? That's it? Just sounds like a regular word now. He stepped closer and gave you a side gentle nudge with his massive nose. No stiff movements, no robotic voice. Just me, Dad. Completely me. Then, as if to really prove it, he gave you a warm tail-wagging dinosaur hug. The careful kind that doesn't knock down the building. Thanks for not giving up on me. You're welcome. And if anything, the word shadow just makes you love me more. If that's even possible. And makes you maybe just a little more overprotective. Even though you really are overprotective normally. Richie uttered a low, rumbling chuckle, the kind that vibrated through his chest like a distant thunder. And I guess Shadow just reminds me how much I care about you, and how much I'd do anything to keep you safe. He leaned in closer, gently curling a claw around your side like a protective barrier, careful and affectionate. If it makes me love you even more, then I don't mind hearing it every day. And then with a big dino-sized grin, he added, although, fair warning, if a leaf so much as brushed your shoulder, I might body slam a tree just in case. What did he just say, hon? Although, fair warning, if a leaf so much as brushes your shoulder, I might body slam a tree just in case. That would be hilarious. Honestly, that would be more hilarious than scary. Period. If you compare that to your robotic self before I fixed it, you were almost scary or creepy as a robot. Especially with you acting robotic and there being nothing showing that you're a robot. Your scales were the same and everything. There was one lazy guy on a Playboy shutter shaking his head. Yeah, that was weird. I felt like I was trapped behind my own thoughts, watching myself talk and move like I was some kind of machine. No feelings, no instincts, just programming. Creepy stuff. He gave his arm a quick look, having a claw into his scaly chest. I mean, come on. Do I look like I'm made of metal? I get scars from playing too rough with a tree, not from bolts and wires. He looked at you, Tom. What really got me out of it wasn't just the words or the pen. It was you. Even in that weird robotic fog, your voice cut through. Your love, your care. That's what helped me remember who I am. The one with toothy grin. But yeah, that's why I suddenly slump over and say, command acknowledged. You have my permission to bonk me with a pillow. Oh my gosh, what the frick? I would never hurt you. Just please don't do any more of that robotic talk. Even if you still show emotions unlike in that robotic state. You know how creepy it would sound for me to say that I love you, and you responded with something like, emotional input detected. Love acknowledged. Reggie blinked, then gave a little laugh, part embarrassed, part sheepish, as he scratched the back of his head with a claw. Okay, yeah, that would be super creepy. He took a deep breath and leaned in closer to nuzzle his snout against her shoulder gently, his voice soft and full of warmth. I promise, no more of that robotic stuff. No command acknowledged, no creepy monotone, and definitely no emotional input detected. You deserve real love, not some artificial response. Then, with a grin and a wag of his tail, so, let me say it the right way. I always said my name that time. He's been calling me Dad the entire time. Now he calls me by my name. I love you, Trenton. And I'm really glad you didn't give up on me. Not even when I was sounding like a toaster with a vocabulary. What is with him being funny? He takes some of the worst situations and makes them hilarious. Even if I sound like a toaster with vocabulary. He gave a low affectionate rumble and it added with a wink. Also, if a Pikachu ever waves anything shiny in my face again, feel free to tackle him before he finishes saying, "What's this?" Dear me. if that Pikachu ever shows up again, you may still have to act like a robot. Actually, I'm going to leave it there. Archive. Archive. There we go. Alright, guys. I'm done. Bye.